guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, my kings and queens. Today I'm going to be showing you my walkthrough on how I cook rice and peas. So here are the ingredients that I'm going to be using. So I've just chopped up some onions, garlic, fresh thyme, spring onions, and I've got a Scotch bonnet pepper here. I'm going to be using the packet red kidney beans. I've also got some basmati rice, mixed herbs, ground black pepper, salt, all-purpose seasoning, some butter and coconut milk. So these are all of the ingredients that I'm going to be putting in my rice and peas. I know some of you are probably thinking, whoa, that is a lot of ingredients. Well, yes, this is what I use to make mine taste good. So you probably don't even need to use up all of these. The main ingredients that I would say you need to use up is the fresh thyme, and coconut milk is optional. If someone is allergic to coconut milk, obviously don't put that in. It's not needed all the time. But fresh thyme, salt, pepper and butter are the 4 ingredients that I would recommend that you need to use all the time, every single time. So yeah, I'm going to just show you how I cook rice and peas. So I've got like a half a cup of the red kidney peas in here. It's been soaked overnight, so I washed and rinsed them off already, and I'm just bringing it to a boil. After about half an hour, when it's boiled up, that's when I'll add some of the ingredients in, and I'll show you stage by stage. So my peas have been cooking for about 30 minutes so far. So I'm just going to add the rest of my ingredients. And just let you guys know, the ratio of the peas to the rice is about 1 to 4. So if you do half a cup of peas, that's about 2 cups of rice. If you do a quarter cup of peas, that's about 1 cup, and so forth. So that's how I like to measure the peas to the rice. Right, so I'm just going to go in with my salt. Just going to add a teaspoon of salt. Go with my pepper. As you go along, you can taste it to see if you need any more of the ingredients. I'm going to go in with a teaspoon of mixed herbs. I'm going to go in with my Scotch bonnet. Be careful with the pepper, as it may burst. If it bursts, that's just the dish done. That's done all over. So I'm going to go with my fresh thyme. My thyme has been washed, so I'm just going to dash that in. This is just a bunch of fresh thyme. I'm going to go in with my garlic, onions and spring onions. I'm just going to dash that in. I'm going to go in with some butter. This is about a tablespoon of butter. I'm going to dash that in. Okay, and you're going to bring this to a boil. So I haven't added the all-purpose and the coconut milk yet. I'm going to add the coconut milk in, say, about 10 minutes before I add the rice. So people do their rice and peas differently. This is just showing you guys how I do my rice and peas. Okay, so you just want to just add a bit more water as well. So I'm going to let this boil up, and then I'm going to simmer this for another 30 minutes before I put the rice in. And 10 minutes before I put the rice in, I'm going to add the coconut milk. And then after, when I put the rice in, that's when I'll just add, say, a tablespoon of all-purpose seasoning. Just to give it a little bit extra taste. So this is about a 400 milliliter tin of coconut milk. I'm going to only add half of this. Well, just over half of this, because this dish, the rice and peas, is just for about 3 people. So I'm not going to add too much, and plus I'm going to make another dish later with this coconut milk. So coconut milk, you can alter that to how you want. You can also add coconut cream, and you can also add coconut powder as alternatives to the coconut milk. But first choice, I will pick coconut milk. If you haven't got any of that, use coconut cream. And if you haven't got any of those two, use coconut powder. But if you haven't got any coconut at all, it doesn't really matter that much. Rice and peas still taste so good without the coconut. Right, so I'm just going to go ahead and add my washed rice. As what I said before, the ratio of my peas to rice is 1:4. So I added half a cup of peas, so I'm going to add 2 cups of rice. So this is just 2 cups of washed rice that I'm going to add to the pot right now. Okay, so I'm just going to dash that in. Make sure your heat is at a high heat as well when you dash your rice in. Okay. And also be careful not to make the pepper burst. Scotch bonnet, make sure it does not burst, because that will be the end of it. All of that fire and spices is going to be very unbearable to eat. So yeah, just be careful with your pepper. So I'm just going to stir the rice in. And also at this stage is when I add my all-purpose seasoning. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon of all-purpose to the pot. Just under a tablespoon, not too much. Just to give it that little kick. Okay, and I'm just going to stir that in. I'm also just going to remove some of the thyme stems from the pot. Because from the fresh thyme, all of the thyme has come off of the stems, so I'm just going to remove them like so. Okay, it doesn't matter if you don't remove all of them, just remove it, because obviously we're not going to really eat this, are we? I'm going to leave this part in because I just want that to just boil off a bit. I'm going to leave that one in, but yeah. So once all of the ingredients are in, so the rice is the final ingredient, or the rice and the all-purpose. I'm going to let this simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes on a medium heat. Woo, so my rice and peas is just about done. Ooh, look at that. Looks nice and fluffy. Oh god, it looks nice and soft. Oh, I cannot wait to taste this right now. Oh, so yes guys, this is my recipe of rice and peas. You know what to do guys. Subscribe and hit that notification button so that you get notifications on whenever I upload a new video. Drop a thumbs up and like this video, share wherever possible, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Guys, this is SAB'S kitchen version of authentic Jamaican rice and peas. Woo! I cannot wait to dig into this, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye!